All right, what's going on, guys? Trev back again, here to bring you another video. This one's going to be doing another Walking Dead video for today, leading up to the 6th episode for The Walking Dead Season 10. And this one will start off giving your thoughts on the preview pictures for the 6th episode. And then for the last goddamn time, no, I do not like Beth. Alright, and so first we'll get into the preview pictures, and then we'll get into your guys' Q&A questions afterwards and discussion after that recent video about the Beth and Beta Easter egg. And of course, it's got to come in right away, right? Like we can't even do like one video without some stupid... Okay, we'll get into it after. First picture we have here is of Beta, and we have Alpha standing ominously, I feel like, at the bottom right-hand side there in the background. And, I still question, like, who's scarier, right? You know, like, Beta is very, very scary. You definitely wouldn't want to fight him. But I feel like, they've done such a good job with Alpha in the television series that she's absolutely terrifying, too. As much as you don't want to mess with Beta, I think maybe equally so, you probably don't want to mess with Alpha. Like, even the razor wire and stuff like that, it's just, oh, man. Absolutely savage and brutal stuff are the whispers sometimes. So I'm wondering if this is taken from the vantage point of Negan, like this is Negan looking on, maybe when he's first kind of meeting Alpha. And this episode, by the way, I should say, should be absolutely freaking awesome. I cannot wait to see this episode this weekend. This is going to be really great to see Negan. First of all, he's going to fight Beta at the beginning, right? I would think, because that's where we left off. And presumably, he's going to lose, So, and then we're going to get to see an episode of Negan maybe joining the Whisperers or trying to talk them into letting him join, probably. And then him getting on Beta's nerves. There's like a sneak peek where Beta threatens to cut his throat and stuff like this because Negan won't shut up. So that's good. And then, of course, to get to finally see Negan meet Alpha is going to be really crazy because I can't even picture it. I'm just even just geeking out. Even the thought of seeing the two of them just meet each other is going to be really funny. So here we have this one here of Negan, and I think Brian Hurst did say this is the episode right here. It's like a really, really funny episode, maybe one of the funniest they've ever done. And I'd have to kind of agree, like even right away, like not even seeing it yet. I think it probably will be the funniest episode because we don't have that many like really comedy episodes of The Walking Dead. There's really only a few episodes in the entire 130 whatever episode run that they've done that are actually really, really funny. There's not many. So you have this one here with Negan, and he's kind of looking up at Beta, and the height discrepancy is pretty good. It's substantial, right? But JDM is not short either. He's pretty tall too. So I think it looks good between the two, like the comparison, and it just feels like just right off the comic book pages and into the real life situation. You have him smiling here and looking up at Beta, and it's just really funny, man. I just think this is going to be great. Then we have another one here of Negan, and he's got his hand is all bloody, his right hand, so you guys can see that there. And some people have commented they like Negan's new haircut, or some people don't. I don't really care too much. It's as long as he's got the jacket and the seal, I'm good. It doesn't matter to me. Another one of Beta here as well too, and not too much to say about this one. You can see the T-shirt pretty good on this one from his friend. It was right, and of course now we know the Beta is like a famous singer. So some people think that the friend was also in the band too, that he wears the sort of smiley face T-shirt from, kind of like like a Have a Nice Day type of thing, like maybe a Mick Foley WWE type of thing. I don't know, something like that. Then we have Eugene here, and we did get to see in the sneak peek or the promo for this upcoming episode. It sounds like he's going to be on the radio again, and I don't know if he's going to be calling out. They're going to be trying to find a way to maybe help Ezekiel somehow, because of course Ezekiel is just in really bad situation right now. Not even, it's just for him, he's in really bad state, and they're going to be looking to see if there's anybody maybe that could help him out, because he probably doesn't have much time. So maybe that's what he's calling about, or maybe it's just continuing from what we saw last season that we haven't seen them come back to just yet. It certainly is long overdue to hear who was on the radio at the end of season 9. So that with Eugene there. And then we have Daryl and Carol. Of course, we know they're going to be going out on a mission in this episode, and they're going to be looking for Alpha's herd. And some people think actually that Daryl was probably the one who let Negan go, because he was the one who was on watch or whatever, keeping an eye. So maybe he was actually the one who let him go. I'm not sure, but if that's the case, then it'd kind of be a character change for Daryl, because he was in straight-on kill-em-all mode. If you guys remember back in All Out War, he killed Morales, bastard. So, so he was killing everybody. So if he actually decided, because Negan saved Lydia, to let him go, that's something. I'm still a fan of the Carol theory that Carol let Negan go to get vengeance on Alpha, and that's why he's joining the Whispers, and that's why he's following through with what he's doing, and maybe that's also why he got rid of Brandon, because he knew that Brandon could not go with him to join the Whispers, possibly. So, because it does kind of feel like he was looking for them anyway when he went out there and he saw the zombies come in at nighttime, and that in Beta pulled him down, yanked him down. Another one here of them just kind of looking on. Not too much to say, just shrubbery and trees and everything. So, not a whole lot for us to see there. But, the environment shot's okay. Not bad. And then another one here of Daryl and Carol, and they're looking at the map, and they're just seeing, where they might be, some different locations where maybe possibly the herd could be stored at. And we'll have to see if they're able to find it this episode or not. We haven't seen that mega herd that Alpha has since last season, and we don't know if those different herds that were coming in were from her store, like her storage, herd section, like if she's got a huge section, or maybe the satellite started bringing some of them in and then she just steered them towards the group, because the Whispers were involved with that. Now we know it's basically confirmed that, yeah, they were responsible for those coming in when the Whispers were talking. We overheard that from them, so we know that. And then another one here of Daryl and Carol, and just kind of looking onward. Good to see the two of them, but, not too much to say as far as the picture goes itself. Them in progress, looking, seeing what they're doing. Another one of them talking here, and Daryl must have said something that Carol doesn't like, or, maybe she's concerned about or not sure of, so you can see that facial expression. So, and that's all they give us for this week. Just a few, about 10 preview pictures, nothing too spoilery or earth-shattering or anything, but I'm sure the episode itself is going to be absolutely freaking awesome when we actually get to see Negan and the Whispers. Oh, I can't wait. All right, and so this one we had to do, so this is what happened, right? So I just posted about the Easter egg between Beta and Beth. So you have the song that was written by Emily Kinney and everything and released, and then they had Beta in the TV series do it for the recent episode. If you guys didn't see the video, I released earlier this week on that Easter egg. So that's what happened. Of course, use just a couple pictures of Emily Kinney as Beth, and of course you start getting these kind of comments right away. So here's a couple of them. This is so stupid. HaXaW says, Trev loves Beth too, girls, and then puts a heart and a kiss and a heart eyes. Don't let him fool you, LOL. So it's not the case. This is what pissed me off so much 5 years ago. This is back in like season 5 and shit. Well, I just got so annoyed by this stuff. For some reason, whatever it is, girls absolutely love Beth. They did then, they still do now. They probably always will for Walking Dead. It's just what it was. But there was some great scenes with her finishing up, like Daryl when he carries her out and stuff like that. Really great. But no, I don't. That's not true. And I'm pretty open and honest with you guys. So I just tell you guys, what it is. And no, that's not the case. But just the comments that come in right away. It's like, this is one thing I do not miss about season 5 and season 4. Absolutely not. Jimmy Miff brings it in, and this is what he says right away, right? You see the picture, and this is what he says. Trev, do you think the Whacking Dead can keep on whacking? Can't beat a good whacking these days. So, man, I don't know, okay, yeah, this will be the last time I'll ever address this in my lifetime. She hasn't even been in the show for 5 freaking years. It's been 5 years pretty much since Coda right now, guys, if you look at it. So, absolutely just crazy stuff. People love Beth. Maybe we should update the list. We haven't done an update list of top 10 hottest women in The Walking Dead. We can do one for the guys too. You girls can leave your comments below. I'm not sure who to put for guys for number 1. I can't really tell. It kind of feels like you probably should put Daryl at number 1, but then there's Rick too. So should number 1 be Daryl or should it be Rick? I don't know. I can't really tell the difference. They both look like they just look like guys to me. You know what I mean? But I'm not into that type of deal. But for Walking Dead, I mean, who do we have these days? Well, Maggie's gone, but she's going to be coming back. So of course there's one right there. You have Magna, you have Yumiko. So not bad there. And then of course Michonne's leaving. So that's pretty much, you don't want to say, I mean, there's some others around too, like Laura, like that. But, certainly you guys can leave a comment below. If you want to see like a top 10 list from me, we can definitely do that. But then, of course, Fear in this category, this is one category that Fear, I think, has The Walking Dead beat absolutely hands down because, of course, well, Fear has Alicia. So game over. Right now, when Maggie comes back, we can have another discussion about this. There could be some competition here, but I think right now there's no competition. This is one category that Fear is clearly superior to the original Walking Dead in, and it pretty easily can be said. Yeah. But leave your comments below, right? Everyone has their own, deal as far as that goes. Everyone has their own taste. But, we don't have a whole lot of reasons to watch Fear in a lot of times, right? But that's like half the reason why most of us even watch the damn show to begin with. So, and as if they don't know that, look at the season 5 trailer of the show. I mean, it's like right there at the forefront all the way through. I think who directed the premiere for season 5 of Fear? It was Satcher Zemis, right? He knows. I mean, as if he doesn't, as if they don't know. I don't think they're in the know. Of course they are. So, but that's what it is. And sorry to disappoint, HaXaW. It's just, no, it's not my deal, but I get it. It's no problem. And certainly you guys can leave a comments below if you want to see those videos. And girls, help me with the guys one, because I don't know. I mean, I can clearly tell, from comments who's who, but you got to give me a list. So for guys, you can also do, top 5, top 3, whatever you want to write. And we can include that in the next time we do an updated video. Because we should do one pretty soon for 2020. It's been a long time since we've done those. Maybe since around like the Beth type of time frame, like 5, 6, or 7, something like that. So obviously of characters probably who are still alive, or we can include, I guess, characters that are gone from before. So anyway, let me know what you guys think about that one. But our Paras34 says, Q&A Trev, do you think that do you think Daryl and Connie will spank anytime soon? I don't know what this. So are they going to hook up anytime soon? Well, I thought there was supposed to be some kind of shower scene that Connie was talking about that they were doing, the actress or something that they did, but I don't know if it wasn't released for season 9 or if it was on the Blu-ray or something. I didn't buy the Blu-ray for season 9 yet, so I'll have to buy that and go through that eventually. I just got depressed. I saw the cover, I saw Rick, and I was like, I'm going to buy this, but then it's like something in me was just like, I can't buy it because it made me sad, you know what I mean, to see the cover for season 9 and see him and be like, oh man, eventually I'll have to buy it and go through it, but I haven't done it yet. But will we see a scene like that with Daryl and Connie soon? I think so. They've got to do one at some point here. Of course, she was cast also, too, for a Marvel movie as well. So not sure how that's going to affect things. We'll see. But her and Daryl kind of getting together. Yeah, I think so. And I like the way they're kind of setting it up, and they're kind of showing in some ways that he does care, like him learning to do sign language and things like that. So that's kind of cool that they're kind of starting to include that in and kind of setting that up and getting that kind of, moving towards. You can see that he's, he cares because he's doing that. He's going to that effort. And it's got Daryl talking more, which is fun because a lot of times he doesn't say hardly anything. So it's cool to see what they're doing with that. I'd like to see that pretty soon. So I hope so. Grant, I mean, they might not show that much of it. Like, we don't have to see it all the way through. It doesn't have to be. What was that episode they did? Was it season 4 or something with Rosita and Abraham? That's going way back now, where they had Eugene watching, right? Creeper, and they kind of like showed it all the way through. They don't have to do that. You know what I mean? That's not necessary. But even just having like a quick little thing could be kind of cool. And then there's another question of, Trev, how come you've never been on Talking Dead? So I'll tell you guys now what the deal is with Talking Dead and me. I was supposed to be on Talking Dead. I did one of the years. I forget which year it was. Maybe a year or 2 years ago, something like that. And they had sent me the thing, and I had signed the thing and sent it back to them. And then silence, nothing. I heard nothing afterwards. So they kind of said that, okay, you win, this kind of thing, we're going to do whatever. Because I do some, I've done some different comedy stuff. I think I did the Carl one. The Carl one where, he shows the bite when he lifts his shirt up. I did like a parody of it. And I sent that through for them. And then they asked me to do like another one where I explain why I'm such a big fan of The Walking Dead. So I did that too, and I sent it through again. And they said, you won. And I signed it and sent it back. And then they squashed it. Nothing. So this is what I think happened. Either it has something to do with me not being being Canadian, not living in the U.S., or the other thing is it could be because with what we do in the channel here, it's sort of, and this isn't my thoughts, but I'm just saying that I can understand somebody could think that way, to where maybe they think it's like a conflict of interest or something, because I watch the episode and then I do my review and all that stuff right away, and then if I get a chance to watch Talking Dead, I do it after. But you guys are priority before Talking Dead. So I don't know if they thought, like, even though it's the internet, it's not that, but I don't know if it got to that step and they were like, no, we can't do that because he's doing that thing online, and it's in some way or form, in terms of like a scarcity mindset, they could think that it's competition for them or something, so they shot it down. You know what I mean? For me personally, I maybe in a way I kind of, it's kind of a compliment, because what it means is that they see me as kind of like different than just a fan. They see me as actual legitimate, like, I don't know. They just see it as like, it shows respect is what it shows, right? It shows that they don't just view me as like some regular fan. They view me in kind of a different way than that, and maybe even in kind of like a threatening kind of way, so they squash it, right? So that's a different kind of thing. I do wish that everybody would kind of have more of an abundance type of mindset where they wouldn't worry about stuff like that. It's not like I'm a threat to talk. That doesn't make sense. I'm not a threat to Talking Dead or what they do. You know what I mean? I'm not on the attack against Talking Dead or trying to counter them. No. I actually like Talking Dead, and I like sometimes it can provide us with some really good answers that we might not have known otherwise. Like, for example, if you want to bring to fear, Madison's last episode, for example, when they said, like, okay, no, this is it. If we didn't have Talking Dead for them to tell us that this was it for her, a lot of us would have thought there was a dumpster there and that she would have survived on later. I mean, they even had her saying, like, no one's gone till they're gone, all this stuff. It was very confusing when you watch the episodes through. You'd be thinking in a lot of ways that, okay, she'll come back. So Talking Dead can be really good sometimes to kind of be like, oh, no, guys, that's not what we were going with this. She is dead. She's not coming back. That's what it is. Talking Dead can allow them to give that to us. When you watch the episode, you don't get to see the death. They don't show it. It's possible she could have escaped, right? All these things, the quote there that I just said. So I think Talking Dead can be really good, but, for whatever reason, they don't want to do it. So that's fine with me, no problem. And if they ever change their mind, maybe I could do it. But if not, that's okay too. I'm more than happy enough doing this with you guys, and know that, it reaches millions of people anyway. I don't necessarily need to be, in the show there, whatever. And, I'm not a threat to anybody or anything like that. So it's what it is. So, but yeah, if you were ever wondering why that is, that's what happened. I was supposed to be, and it got squashed by somebody. Ann Smith said, very good season, but this episode was average at best. Still waiting on a standout episode for season 10. So he's talking about episode 5 with Negan and Brandon. So, oh man, I love the episode, but I guess he didn't like it too much, or he thought it was like, okay. We haven't had that episode for season 10 yet that's really like, No Way Out or Too Far Gone, or like one of those, like The Key, where you have Rick and Negan fight and everything like that. Like one of those amazing episodes that's really like, like a legendary, memorable episode that you're going to remember forever from Walking Dead. We haven't had any of those episodes, or what comes after Rick's last episode. We haven't had any of those yet for season 10. But, I'm hoping that, maybe the mid-season finale will do it, or maybe the second half. We'll have to see how those go. Or who knows, maybe episode 6 for its comedic factor could be a memorable one, in just that it's so funny to see Negan meet Beta and Alpha and everything. So, yeah, we'll see, man. I hope so. And then the last one will be from DOLAPO, who says, hey, Trev, what do you think would happen to the Walking Dead universe and its fans if it is announced that the Rick movies will no longer move forward? Because the longer it takes to start them, the more likely that seems. So a lot of people kind of thinking like the Rick movies will probably not happen. I'm just thinking like I'd be happy to see one. I don't know if we're going to get all 3 like they originally said, but let's at least be happy for the one if they can get it done, and then we'll go from there. But yeah, would it affect the other shows if we found out that the Rick movies were canceled? Yes, it would. Yes, I think it would. I was one that when the comics were ending, I said, I don't think it'll affect the TV series much. I was wrong. It did. So if the Rick movies were canceled, it would absolutely affect the others. Now, would it kill them or anything like that? No, I don't think so. But it would definitely make people really disappointed. and it wouldn't be good for anybody, even if they have to do the movies at a loss, which they won't have to. But let's say they had to lose money to do the movies, they probably should still do at least one. If they can only do one and that's all they can do, well, do it anyway. Just get it done, whatever. But I hope we get at least a couple of Rick movies. That would be really cool for Walking Dead. And I hope they feel different from the TV series too. I think they will. They said that it's going to be like really big deal and stuff like that. So that'll be it for today's video, guys. Let me know what you think. If you liked the video, please thumb it up below. You can also share. You can favorite. And you can subscribe to the bottom left if you're new. That's it for this one. See you guys again soon for another. As always, this is Trev, and I'm saying peace later, guys. See you soon.